I tell you what, I need that. Starting off Mad Monday, it's going to be big.
It's going to be mental, man.
I know what I am, clearly.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with you.
I've come dressed as a training cone. I took inspiration from the weekend. I'm a training cone because that's all Carlton were for 60 minutes on the weekend. Happy Mad Monday. What a horrible experience that was. Where are the beers? Are there any beers in here?
Let's have some. Accio Lager.
Hey guys, welcome to the Dan Does Footy podcast. You can find more of Dan Does Footy on the website, Spotify, YouTube, and social media. Lids off. See ya.
There was heaps of sick kids and I was like, where are they? Kick him harder. Kick him all harder. Punch him in the face. I'm bloody horizontally challenged if you get what I mean. Bono. Oh, tough crowd today. Should we say this is the line? If you don't hear the next bit, it's over the line? Okay, so if you don't hear the next bit, I've got over the line. Who's just walked past Punt Road? It dips him. Welcome to Mad Monday, Week 1 finals in the books. What a wild weekend. Doggies and Carlton piss off to Bali. Get on that Jetstar flight and don't come home for a few months. Oh, how good's footy? Absolutely. I mean, the weekend was saved by the Giants Sydney game. The other games are a bit, but just loved every second of it. Ollie, you're here. Mad Monday. Welcome, mate.
Thanks for having me. How good. I just feel... I mean, this is
feel
the
at
only
home.
outfit I've ever felt comfortable in.
Now, let's address something here. Have we started the Harry Potter craze in the league or not?
Yeah, I think that it's time that we actually sit down and have this discussion. It feels like we have. I mean, it feels unnatural for me to also say that because it feels cocky,
Yeah.
but it's too specific.
It's targeted. They know what they're doing.
I mean, I think we have. And that Hawthorn game, just seeing wizards everywhere.
You would have had a wand in your pants being very, very active, wasn't it?
Engorgio.
That's literally your dream, to have a bay full of wizards.
Yeah.
And for the AFL coverage to lean into wizard territory so much. You would have been loving it.
I couldn't believe it. It was a really weird crossover of my worlds.
I think what's happened here is someone from AFL, I don't know what department in the AFL, but someone from that industry and business is listening to this podcast and have blended the two worlds and been like, hey, I think we're on a winner here.
There's something going on
People
here.
love Harry Potter and people love footy.
Yeah.
And this has now become everyone's favourite Harry Potter podcast with a sprinkle of football.
Where possible.
Which is not what I really wanted. But hey, you had a big weekend. How you feeling?
Well, I wasn't actually aware that there was much footy on this weekend because I just had a margarita in my hand the entire time.
It did feel like you always had a drink in every kind of story or Instagram post that I saw. You also made, we'll talk about your weekend in a minute, but you made a best friend, a new one.
Oh, I did.
Do you announce that to everyone? So what's happened to you is text, obviously, your story is, if you're listening the first time, that you go out, you have a few rosés and calamari, you start texting all these players or whatnot.
Yeah.
And then suddenly in the last few months, all these players have come to you as like, hey, we want to be your friend texter. You're a cool guy. You like Harry Potter. Sure, you like rosé. We like this. Now you made friends with Bailey Smith.
Yep.
And you've got a new friend. It's just wild. Tell us who it is.
The Big Mac.
Mac Andrews, your new best friend. Wow. What is it about you that makes you so appealing, do you think?
I think it's because I'm so not a footballer. I mean, look at me for Christ's sake.
You purely come here just to talk about Harry Potter, don't you?
Yeah, get in, do a few wizarding quotes and just get on out of there. And I think that there's something about that they really
Appeals to
resonate
them.
with.
And Max said he wants to come on.
He's
He's
on
always
board.
welcome. Our door is always welcome to him.
I know his schedule, so he's just staying in, and you obviously know this, Mac, if you're listening, but you're going to spend some time on the Gold Coast. You're going to be back next week for a couple of months, and he's going to spend some time back home in Melbourne. So we'll figure that out when he's back here.
I mean, if he was here today, it wouldn't be the best look for us as a podcast. Again, we have to explain what's happening here for everyone who's listening on Spotify or Apple or whatever you get podcasts on. I currently have a huge training cone on my head, and I'm in a fluoro vest, and you're dressed up as Harry Potter.
Yeah. And what about that? It all checks out to me.
Natural to you. And your family over celebrations. How lit was it?
It went off.
You got a new tat.
Yeah, got a new tat on my arts and culture arm. So
this is the opposite arm to your
Opposite
tat.
arm.
You're a sports sleeve.
yeah, so I've got sports sleeve is my right arm, and then I've got arts and culture on the left. Mate, it was so good. I had a bunch of family surprise me from Tassie. We went to teppanyaki, which is my favourite way of eating.
Okay, what do you mean? It's just the same way it goes in your mouth, mate, with the chopsticks, or unless it goes through your eyes, which we know you do that.
It was, so you sit in front of the barbecue essentially.
I'm familiar with the system of
Yeah,
teppanyaki.
well, and then they're throwing stuff at you.
So that's how you prefer to eat, when a Chinese restaurant just throwing food at you.
Japanese. And I want everything thrown at me. This morning I had eggs on toast and I actually put it in my mouth. It was ridiculous.
You want someone to throw it at your face?
It was so stupid. And then there's my favourite bar in the city that's opposite teppanyaki, and it's a gay kind of club. Well, I don't know if it's gay or if I'm just
Could be.
I just undo my shirt every time I'm in there, so it's
it could be.
difficult for me to tell.
Yeah.
But it's sort of like margaritas. You listen to Kylie Minogue. There's art on the wall. Like I had the best time.
Love that for you.
Yeah.
You're really in your element this weekend, weren't you?
Yeah.
So about how you feeling for work today?
Not crap.
It'll be a beer. We should actually have beers here.
We should really have some
Monday. How was my weekend?
Well,
I guess everyone's going to ask.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the running order and I'm actually feeling a bit ridiculous that I've taken the time to talk about teppanyaki when on here is quite a big announcement that you made.
We're having a baby. We're having a kid. Yep. The podcast is having a child. I mean, Anna and I are having a child, but the podcast is also having a child. Big news, massive news. So happy. We it's amazing. We're pretty deep in the pregnancy.
Yep.
So it's been just a thing we've kind of kept to ourselves for the last little while, just because it's one of those ones where I guess with everything that we do here on the podcast and socials and being out and about, we just wanted one thing that was just for us.
Yeah.
Just so we could hang on for as long as we could to this bit of news without anyone talking about it, and not that's the bad thing, but we just wanted to keep it.
Yeah.
And then it got to a point over the weekend where it became pretty obvious that Anna just hasn't had a big meal. There's probably a human in there.
Sure.
That's where it got to.
Yeah.
So we're so happy, mate. We're so good. It's just going to be a great new adventure. Dan does parenting.
Yeah.
We'll get him or her in here. Don't know the sex.
Yeah.
Don't know. That's a big surprise for us. So
I do, but
we don't know yet. But it's about. I'm so pumped. I have no idea how to be a parent, but Dan does parenting. We'll figure it out.
I mean, I'm looking at you now and I would have thought that, you're very sensible, you're switched on, you're mature. I don't know what you're talking about.
What a world to bring a child into. I can't wait. I love this thing already. I haven't obviously met it, but I just crazy. I love it. I'm so happy.
I cannot wait to see you do that and you'll be such amazing parents. But I also, for the podcast, can't wait to see what the next, there's such an added element of content now.
Yeah, it's
to
going to be
watch
cool.
you go through this and
Yeah, it's going to be great. It's like when we found out the news, I sat there and my first two reactions were, this is great. I'm so happy. And the second one was, I'm going to die.
what?
A realization of, okay, I'm bringing a child into this world. I'm no longer a child. Life is way more, it's not about me anymore.
No.
I'm going to die.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds grim, but it's like, what's happening? Life is going so quickly. It's awesome, but this kid's going to come into the world.
Wow.
It's going to be, probably a superstar footballer, win heaps of Brownlows.
Sure.
And then once it does that, I'm going to die. Which is pretty grim, but awesome. So now the whole thing for me, my mentality is like, okay, we got to leave something here in this world for this kid, for this absolute lord or queen, wherever it is.
Yeah.
We got to leave something that's just bigger than, hey, having a cone in your head.
Well,
okay. So hopefully they're proud of me. I know that one day they'll look back on YouTube and be like, hey, Dad, what was it with all the cones on your head? And you dressed up as Harley Reid once and then you had funerals and stuff and your co-host was also Harry Potter. What was that about?
Yeah, they'll be sitting there with their floating TV and their, all of that. And they go, what's Harry Potter?
I know.
But that's going to be a sad world when someone asks that.
Yeah. But we're so happy. And it's been amazing. It's just one of those ones where as a guy, my job was done pretty quickly. It was in 3 seconds. I was like, okay, I'm done. That's great. You go and do your thing. And now she's got to go through a 9-month pregnancy. And she's, as you said, a fair way into it. But to see literally her body change, the sacrifice she makes, she is a star. She's an absolute star. And I have not that I didn't always have this, but a newfound appreciation and love for my wife. She's just the best person in the world.
But you're probably only, the really exciting thing is you're probably only within sort of phase one of feeling that. Like now you get to see the actual labour, which anyone who goes through that. I mean, like when my mum got the tattoo on the weekend for the first time, she said, oh, it might hurt. She said, I've given birth for fuck's sake.
Yeah, that would hurt a lot more.
Can do anything.
That would hurt a lot more.
So seeing that'll be pretty special.
I know. I think one of the first questions people ask is, hey, are you going to stand down the, you're going to watch the baby come out? I said, no. I'll be at the keeper's end. We'll not be down there. I'll be at the other end just passing out.
Okay.
And I know what's going to happen. We're going to be in the theatre and they'll be like, oh, you have to come here. You have to come and watch this. And I'll get peer pressured into it and then I'll get there and I'll just faint. I'll just faint. But I think we've got a big boy or girl in there.
Really?
Yeah. The few of our appointments that we've had, they've said, hey, this thing might have some long limbs and long arms. So
coming out like a baby greyhound.
Yeah, exactly. So it's cool. So everything's happening. Like so many cool people are, or great people of friends and family come over to the house to give their well wishes. The postman has been around a lot. And it keeps inviting him around for dinner a lot. And then it clicked the other day. I was like, okay, obviously she wants free express postage.
Okay.
Sure. That's all that has to do with it. So it's been great. So he's been coming around a lot more.
Do you reckon he'll stay around like post?
I'd say so. Yeah. I'd say for maybe like 18 or 20 years.
Yeah.
He'll always be around, which would be good. So
it's good to have someone else just
it'll
in the
be
family.
Fun. No, but we're so pumped, guys. And thank you to everyone who just sent a message of support or a comment of what it was. Like we felt the love massively last night when we announced the news. And we cannot wait to obviously share this next journey and chapter and bring the little girl or boy in here and for them to be part of the DDF family. So I need to work out what role they're going to have.
Yeah.
It's going to be some kind of, I don't know.
Well, there'll be a big restructuring over the off-season.
There will be, yeah, for the company, for sure.
So
straight to the CEO, I reckon.
Shuffle things around.
We'll make it work,
and
though.
Then we'll
make
fit
it work.
them in.
But I guess it does mean, like in 18 years' time, what I'm most looking forward to is draft day when they go, and with pick 71 of the 2043 AFL draft, Gold Coast select Little Goz, and I'm just in tears going, that's awesome. Like that's where Dad started.
So do you reckon in what year is that going to be?
2043, I think.
2043. Do you reckon Gold Coast is still going to be around in 2043?
Probably not.
No.
Probably not. I mean, we will say this about the kid. We don't know if it's boy or girl, but either way, if it goes AFL, AFL, it's going to have talent. We know it's going to have talent.
We know that.
We just do know that. Will it have the drive and dedication? Anything like me? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not, which is okay as well. Still have 7 years in the system because it's got long arms and legs already.
Yeah.
It's fine. It'll work it out. And then it can go on Big Brother or something. It'll be great, which will work out fine. So, yeah, thank you, everyone. It's, I'm sure we'll have more updates through the podcast and as we get closer to Bubba coming out. But I was in Brizzy. What a horrible experience that was. Just an absolute shit show. The town itself, hold on, let's even go before we got to town. The flight on the business class there was good. Expensive.
Yep.
Really expensive. The lounge access was cool. Couldn't just help though, as the weekend went on and things got worse and worse and worse, the reality of how much money we'd spent became more and more significant to me.
Yeah.
Like that was really not a good thing for me to sit there and kind of go back and see, okay, that's a lot of money. Then went to the hotel, the Carlisle, I don't know how you pronounce it. Great hotel. Expensive as well. And a real vibey hotel. Like I wasn't ready to vibe or party because I was on a business trip.
Yeah, well,
and you
exactly.
got people around the pools having Aperol spritzes at 10 a.m. and I said, pathetic.
Yeah. Switch on.
It's game day. It's business day. How dare you have an Aperol at 10 a.m. Yeah. So it was good though. It was great. There was no Cullen drafts in town.
No.
Had to drink a 4X.
Thoughts?
Nah, yuck, not for me. Rather drink cat's piss. That's not for me.
Yeah.
But the whole weekend was just and we'll get into it, just a shit show from beginning to end. Like nothing good comes from that town.
No.
I don't know why they keep sending us to play there. Well, obviously we have to go to get through the finals, but just wouldn't care if I've never go to Brisbane again.
Right.
Oh, I refuse to go to the Gabba because nothing good happens out of that place. A shit show week. Did you watch the game? Probably not, did you?
No. I watched a little bit of it.
Yeah.
I've obviously seen the highlights and stuff, but that first quarter was, well, I mean,
yeah.
What do you even say about that?
Mate, it was fucking over pretty quickly. I'll give you a strong tip. So, but let's get in the hotline now. It's back now. Play the sting, my friend.
Panda's footy hotline, yeah. Panda's footy hotline, yeah. If you've got a
Yeah, here it is back now. Again, just want to say a few key points for me out of the hotline this weekend. Flooded by Hock fans, just going Hokta over again, and a lot of angry message about Carlton directed at me. So let's see what we got here. Work experience kid Christian has done this. He's also a great chef.
Yeah, thank you, Christian.
Okay, here we go.
I'm a Port supporter, absolutely shaking in my boots and mentally preparing myself to have a repeat of yesterday next time.
Yeah, I mean, I think Port are in trouble. The Hawks going down there. Port were fucking horrible on the weekend. They were no good. No good. So they're going to cop an absolute beating this weekend, I reckon.
Hot puss! Spit on that thing! Woo! Finals, baby!
And that's how most of the calls went.
Was that the actual girl?
That was it. Yeah, that was it.
Flag Hawk! Yeah! We just got him by the balls!
I mean, fair to say that the Hawk fans are up and about at the moment.
Yeah.
I've been a Freo fan for life and
Sorry.
Welcome back.
basically converted to a Hawks fan. I'm in love with Wizard, that is all.
Yeah. So we've got a Freo fan going from bandwagon to bandwagon now, jumping across.
Hey, Dan. I called the other week after the Dogs lost to Crows. Big Dogs fan, a little disappointed in that game. Dogs missed tonight. A little bit disappointed again. Fucking Chihuahuas. Just wondering, Hawks won 3 fucking flags 10 years ago. Why the fuck is everyone cheering for them? Are they fucking stupid? Carlton fans cheering for them. Brisbane fans cheering for them. They haven't won a flag in 20 fucking years. Why are we all getting around them when they're fucking powerhouse of a club? Oi, you go for Port Adelaide. You're a fucking dickhead. Sorry, Dan. Just talking to my friend Lachlan, who's a fucking idiot. Love for your thoughts on this. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of energy is getting around the Hawk. That's your bandwagon team now.
Oh, well, no, Porter's still in it.
Are they? I think you selected your colours already. You got your tribe.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. I'm going for Port.
Oh, are you? I think you selected last week.
No, I ripped the thing and I had my Port thing on.
Oh, okay.
I've got a real feeling that I could say, that's why I can get so many quotes past you, because I don't think there's a lot of attention.
I didn't even realise you
coming
wore
back.
headphones until last week. That was weird, wasn't it? A lot of people commented on the YouTube that I have no idea. That was news to me. I looked over and you had headphones on. I was like, when did you start doing that?
Not picked-
I don't know, mate. I've got a fucking cone on my head.
Everyone was saying there's a 2016 feel about the Dogs. You know what? I got a fucking 2013 feeling about the Hawks. I'm feeling the 3P.
Oh.
I may be calling it a bit early, but I'm feeling the 3P.
Possibly.
You reckon?
You're telling me Jack Ginnivan goes to the pub,
Yep.
leaves at half time, has a palmy and a lemon lime bitters before the game, and it's breaking news. Mate, someone give him a recommendation for Adelaide. Because if that's what he wants to do, I say let's fucking let him do it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Flag Hawk 2024.
Well, I mean, I'm getting a vibe here. The Hawk fans are just up and about, calling it early. You've called a three-peat literally 3 years early. And if we go back in 3 years' time, so we can fast forward and you have done that, that's an unbelievable call.
Yeah, that's huge respect.
Down. I love that getting him in the pub. We'll talk about it a bit later, but he's gone to Adelaide now, so has to find a new pub.
Yeah, I've got some recos for him.
There's shit all in Adelaide to do.
Yeah.
And don't go to Hindley Street. That'd be my first thing.
It's Thursday, so they're playing Friday night.
Friday night, so Thursday night pub feed. We're thinking for him.
Uni night, unreal. The Havelock Hotel.
Yeah.
Saracens.
Wow. Crazy horse.
Crazy horse.
You know what? He should just up it and get himself into a strip joint.
Why not?
And if he's just not touching a beer and he's there for some nachos and some titties and some ass, I'm saying play on. The media, the old dinosaurs will be like, oh, you shouldn't be going to strip clubs before a game. Get over yourself, It's 2024.
Yeah.
You should be going to strip clubs before
100%. They'll say, Skibbity Sigma, what was that from him?
I have this. I'm sorry. I have an idea. We'll say it later.
Okay.
All right.
Rumour has it that Nick Watson once came out of a football function naked saying, who wants to make the whiz jizz at his local football club?
I mean, allegedly.
Allegedly, he used to do that. And if he did, kind of rate it. All right.
Everyone was saying there's a 2016.
Okay, sorry, there's no hurry.
Dan does footy. Hello, little Dan.
Oh, no.
I know you're going to get a lot of fuck yous.
Here we go.
Let me add one more. Fuck you. Oh, my God. You're going to Bali.
That was great. I see where this is going now.
Wah, wah.
Okay. That was it.
That was it.
Fuck you, little Dan.
Okay.
Lose suck. The lids are back on. Fucking little person. And you smell.
Okay. Well, no, I don't smell stuff that matters.
G'day, little Dan.
Oh, no.
Hope you're having a fucking fantastic morning.
Oh,
'cause
you
I
know
am.
I'm not.
My Lions are through to a fucking semi-final, unlike your bloody Carlton poos. 60-0 at one point in the game. My goodness. Also, I think there's a Jetstar sale from flights to Bali, so you may want to send them off to Cripper. Anyway, go Lions.
Where's this shit in? When is Christian made into this stuff?
Hey, Big Dan. Hey, Ollie.
I need to get this segment
Going
ASAP.
into that final last night against a underdone Carlton side, I thought, hell, the minimum expectation here would be to become the first team to keep a side scoreless in a first half. And with less than 5 minutes to go in that second quarter, I had my dreams dashed. I hope you Carlton fans are bloody happy with yourselves. You've absolutely screwed my weekend. Hey, I left you some coffee. Oh, thanks, love. Just pop it on the table. I'm doing something funny for the Dan Does Footy podcast there. But I hope you pricks are fucking happy with yourselves. You fucking screwed my weekend.
Very good.
That's great. I love that we ruined his weekend. That's what we went to do. I mean, we had a plan to go up there to Brizzy to ruin weekends, and we just ruined his. What's his name? Jensen. One more. Oh, no. It's...
Jack Buckley literally saved Isaac Heaney from a broken neck. And how does Heaney repay us? He just destroys us. Absolutely killed us. Oh, but anyway, Jack Buckley, what a legend. What an incredible human being. Best sportsmanship. He is amazing. And he's also extremely, extremely good at football.
Yeah, he is. And probably in reflection, Jack would be saying, I wish Heaney broke his neck.
Yeah.
Because Heaney just tore him to shreds.
Oh,
that guy is unbelievable. Just a good-looking unit, which we'll get into the games that we're going to review. But let's get into football. I think what we should do first is address the elephant in the room. Pendles is uploading butt cheeks in Europe.
Yeah.
Now, I was late to this. I woke up the next morning and had a lot of butt cheeks in the DMs. So he's overseas in Europe, enjoying his time off, having a few drinks. Uploads a butt cheek, and we're just going to pretend like it didn't happen? Is that what we're going to do? Did you see the butt cheeks?
I didn't see it live, but it's same as you, just was inundated with screenshots.
I mean, a few rosés, a bit of calamari, and then 2 butt cheeks just looking at you straight in the face.
Yeah.
It was rogue by Penn. It was up for 5 minutes before he realised what happened. It's like, not out of 20 years of playing, he hasn't had one bad scandal, PR moment where everyone questions what he does. And the thing that's going to bring him undone is a butt cheek. 2 of them.
A bruise. One of them was
Accidentally, a bruise in the butt cheeks. I have no idea whose butt it was, but there was 2 butt cheeks on his story.
and that is undisputed.
And then he fucked up because then he turned the comments off his Instagram, and it's generally the worst feeling in the world when you've uploaded something you shouldn't. So I need to get to the bottom of why he's uploading butt cheeks.
Yeah.
So why is he taking photos of butt cheeks? There's no need for him to be on holiday taking photos of butt cheeks. You know? No matter how many rosés or calamari dishes you have, you don't go overseas and be like, you know what? I'm going to take a photo of butt cheeks and then accidentally upload it somehow.
I don't think I've ever heard butt cheeks being said so many times in a small period of time. I mean, he would have.
It was just unbelievable. I couldn't believe it when I woke up. 5 minutes was up there. The heart would have sunk from him.
The anxiety.
Anxiety of knowing, hey, I've just uploaded 2 cheeks.
How many views do you reckon in 5 minutes?
Heaps. I was sent it, I reckon, not even joking here. I went through the DMs because here we go, it's a snowball. I reckon I got 100 messages of it in the 4-minute frame that it was up.
Yeah, right.
Wild. My neck's actually really hurting with the weight of the cone on my head. I gotta write it out. I'm still doing it.
Are you really? Okay.
That's what's happening, Colin. So we got Pendles uploading butt cheeks in Europe, and then this is so nice, but the internet just took it way too far and got weird with it. So on Collingwood, Nathan Murphy uploaded a photo of his pregnancy announcement. Congrats, Nathan Murphy. Congratulations, pregnant, expecting a child, we're going to bring a child into the world. It was a little confusing. I'm not going to lie. Did you see the photo?
No, talk me through it.
It was a photo of Nathan and his dog, I'm going to say a golden retriever, and Nathan holding the scan of the bub in the womb. And they said, we're so excited to announce that, we're having a child. The internet just ran with it.
I mean, you just know exactly where everyone's head went.
It went wild. So here are some of the comments that were just like, what is happening here? Here we go. So this guy has commented, Nathan Murphy, he's commented, hope ends up a great player like his dad. Nathan Murphy's body with a dog on his head. Then the other ones were, I want to say congratulations, but I'm not even sure how it's physically possible. What's another one here? This should be illegal. Just so many shit ones. That's a beautiful moment there. Is this where air dogs come from? Cute to watch. Oh, someone said, "Ooh, that's weird." I'm happy for him, but why do you make it weird with the dog? Wow. Okay, that's rude. That's not good. That one's not good. Wait, is the dog pregnant with his child? Not legal in most countries. Congratulations to the happy couple. It's him and his dog in like a flower outfit. So it was a big questionable from Nathan. Now, look, poor bloke just want to upload a photo of him and his partner announcing that they've had, or they're going to have a child. And he goes, yeah, we're excited to announce the news. Me and Rose are having a kid. Here's the dog. Just poor Nathan.
I think he missed the mark a fair bit because would you not you'd want Rosa in the photo? Have the dog as well.
You could, yeah.
I think that would be fine.
Yeah. Hey, listen, look, I think what we do know is that the dog is not having his child. No, we do know that.
Really?
No, it's not happening.
How do we know?
Well, okay, well, unless the dog, the baby comes out as a, Labrador with some human arms, we don't know. But it's not going to happen.
Don't know.
No, he's clearly not having a child with the dog. I'd be amazed. That's illegal. That's definitely illegal. Bad news at AFLW. Chloe Malloy out of the rest of the AFLW season. Did her knee. Did you hear about this?
Yeah.
Face of the league. Does her knee at training during the week. Club tells everyone that, hey, it's just knee soreness. Even the players, just think it's knee soreness. Then she lines up or is named in the team to take on someone on the weekend. Not sure who they're playing. Oliver looked it up.
Yep.
And then before the game starts, she's pulled out as a late out, replaced by someone else. Her teammates find out when they come on the field that she's done her knee. Absolutely horrible. She is a face of that league. She's an absolute superstar, and we wish her all the best. And hope she comes back soon.
And also Taylor Harris as well.
Taylor Harris has done a knee.
Yeah, so it's
sad.
It shits me off for so many reasons when that happens. When it happens to someone who is, like, I remember when Daisy Pearce also went down. It's like, oh my God, like, it's such a crucial time in the development of that league where any icon is exactly what they need. And so frustrating. And also, I really friggin' feel for them because, okay, perfect example. I mean, it's superhuman of him, but still it happened. Doc does his knee, gets to try and come back for the end of the season. If you do any serious injury in the AFLW,
you're done.
You're done. And there's 10 games.
Yeah.
So it sees
the season's done.
Even a hammy.
It's
you're
over.
like,
Yeah. And their whole game plan is to just legit get her the ball.
Yeah.
Like now that game plan's out the window. So it's sad. I hope she comes back. She, like you said, though, she is a face of the league. That's a league that is screaming for someone to be a face of the league, someone who can entice women, footballers around the world, whether it be juniors or for women in general to get into the game. She was the one. She was a pin-up girl to get people into that sport, even for spectators. Men who are trying to get themselves into AFLW. It's a bit of a struggle, it's a different concept. And people who are comparing AFL to AFLW, you got to stop doing that. They are different products. If you think you're going to watch AFL in the AFLW, then you got to set your expectations a bit differently because it's not going to happen. They are totally different products, and the AFLW is getting better. It is actually getting better. Scores going through the roof. They're getting more skilled. They're slowly working out what this looks like as a league. But as spectators, we just got to just give them some time to work it out. It's a different product.
Oh, mate, I could talk about this for hours. Also, just get behind them and support them or else it won't get better.
Yeah.
They need more money. So people either watching at home or physically going to the game to create more buzz, to have more money, to have more facilities. It's not even about, the pay gap is a completely different conversation, but the amount of conversations I've had with AFLW players where they have to work all day and then the only time they can have a gym session or use the facilities is once the men have left. So they're leaving the club at like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And you wonder why maybe the product isn't totally up to scratch.
Yeah.
Well, fuck, man, go figure.
Yeah,
so you've
exactly.
got to support.
Yeah, it is. You got to turn up and go to the games as well. Like the crowd numbers at the moment are just not that great, but I'm hopeful it'll get better. I really am. I think, give them give them more money, give them funding, make them full time, give them more facilities, like you said. I think that naturally will make the league better. But we're still a while off from all that. But hopefully it does get better, because I think it's been a lot better than its inception. Yeah, like if you look back to then to now, it's totally better.
Still, probably my favourite footy memory was that first game.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've never had so much fun. It was
The
like
packed icon.
Yeah, it was like going back in time.
Yeah.
Gil climbing up the fence, going, "It's full."
Yeah,
Leave.
it was great.
Oh, mate, I loved it.
It was great. All right, let's unpack this. Just a wild week one of footballs. I think everyone probably expected these games to be a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday, Friday night were a bit like, then we got saved by the battle in Sydney, and then Saturday night was a bit as well. But starting Thursday night, Cats beat the absolute shit out of Port. 84-point winners in Adelaide. And we thought the City of Churches, for fans singing Never Tear Us Apart, the atmosphere of Port Adelaide was going to maybe be too much for the Cats. Maybe the lights were going to be too bright for them. Not at all. The lights were too bright for Port. The Cats went over there on a mission. Jeremy Cameron came out and started kicking goals from the casino car park, which was wild. Patrick Dangerfield just let the young guys know that, hey, I'm 34, but everything goes through me still. Sean Manor. Okay, where'd he come from? He was playing on a poo farm last year. And now he's out there just dominating for the Cats. Cause a power outage. What a performance from the Cats. They were unbelievable. A team who literally we all gave them no chance of doing anything here. And they come out and put on that performance. Okay, well, I can notice you now. You're good.
Yeah, they're clearly good.
Clearly just are going to be a threat here now. They get a home final in a couple of weeks. A genuine chance to make a grand final, obviously, but I gave them no chance, and I'm so sorry, Cats fans. I owe you an apology, because I did not think you'd be doing this. That is big to go over to Port Adelaide and give Port the business by 84 points. Just huge.
Why is it that we because I feel the same. Like, I know they're a good side, and, 9 out of 10 times would say that if you're going to GMHBA, it's going to be a very difficult game, but I never thought they'd be in this position.
No way.
I don't know. Is it just because they're old?
I think it's just because they've been good for so long.
Yeah.
They just don't rebuild. So we don't even give them credit. It's like, okay, you just go numb to it. It's like, oh, you're always going to be there. Like, we know you're good. You're always around the mark, but, maybe you win one flag here and there and every couple of years, but you're just a team no one rates, and it's not a bad position to be in if you're Geelong. I would love that mentality. Me laughing at.
I don't know how in 33 minutes I've been desensitized to what I'm looking at, and I just clicked out.
It's not great,
it is.
But Port were just Port of. What are we going to do with Port? What are we going to do with Port? Home final, favourites, clean white sheets to perform, and just shit the bed. They got to figure this thing out. Back to regular programming at Port Adelaide. They want Ken out of the town again. First flight out of the city, put him on it, is what they're saying in Adelaide. This thing was over probably 10 minutes in the third quarter.
Yeah.
In it for a half, and then if they were a car, the dashboard was just lighting up. Now, Ken generally has to win a flag for him to keep his job. I think that's where he's at the moment as well. He can clearly coach. So that's the thing. He can very clearly coach, because during the season, he gets them into great spots. So people were going, oh, get him out of there. It's time for a change. It might be time for a change, but is he part of the problem? I guess in some way they would say yes, he is, but a small part of like a whole club effort that keeps failing over and over again. He's took this club from the TARP era to home finals. So you got to respect and thank him for that. He's been there for 12 years. Time to change what we're thinking now. Time to change that voice in the locker room and the message. The list has been turned over 3 times. It's just like, Kenny's like milk. Okay? He's been great. It's been great. You've seen the expiry date on the bottle, but you keep opening it to smell it and be like, okay, I think we're getting close to expiry date. It might still be good.
Yeah.
So you put a bit more milk in your cereal. And now we've got to a point where it's like, oh, okay, this milk now is probably past its use by date.
Yeah, okay.
Time for some new milk.
Yeah. Bloody well said.
I feel for Ken. I really do. Like, they were all out defensively at sea. The Cats Smalls just dominated them. They just ran them off their feet, turned Adelaide Oval into a genuine running track. Their mids, the busy mids, where were Port's mids? Got smashed by a 34-year-old with his socks up. Like just a non-event this game was. And for a team who won second place in ladder, got a home final, had done so much hard work, went to Perth to beat Freo so they could keep that second place and bring Carlton in the Blues. We all thought, okay, they're going to Perth, don't even need to win that game, but they look good, at least in Perth, to then come home with everything going for them, no one giving the Cats a chance to give us that. Burn that bridge to the ground.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Burn it down to the ground. They had nothing to kick you up forward. I love Charlie Dixon, but I think Charlie's like milk.
Yeah.
He's been great for so long, but I think it's just, the game's so quick and he's been just found out with the pace of it, I think.
Yeah.
So we feel for Charlie because he's got maybe a farewell game coming up. Will he keep his spot in the team?
It's hard. I don't know.
I'm not really sure.
I feel like probably not, to be honest.
Not after that. I mean, 3 touches is very hard to keep your spot in a team that's fighting for its life again.
Yeah.
Stengel, but for the Cats, Stengel Holmes just reminding the All-Australian selectors, hey, really?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to forget about us? All right. We'll help you. We'll help you get familiar with what we do here. And I don't know how they do it, like we said, but they keep just always being good at football. This is their 9th prelim in the Chris Scott era. I'm pretty sure. They don't rebuild. Like they just refuse to do. Every other team would be like, hey, okay, we've been good for 4 or 5 years. It's time to go down to the bottom to go rub shoulders with like a Richmond or North Melbourne. Let's go and do that. They say, no, not doing it. I don't want to go down there and rub shoulders with them. We're going to fuck these draft picks off. We're not going to have a pick in the draft, and we're going to go get our recruiters to go find some gold out at Werribee, go shifting through some shit out there, that poo farm, and then bring out a Sean Manor or someone like that. They just stay at the top. And Chris Scott should be coach of the year every year, if we're being serious. He went on Fox Footy for the game and literally told everyone how to beat Port and then went and did it. So he said, you beat them in the midfield, then because they press really aggressively, you get through the press and you are out the back of them kicking goals. And fuck me. They just did it. Just did it. Port had no answers. And I had you guys out in straight sets. I did not give you any chance. I don't think anyone outside of Geelong gave you any chance. So I want to say here to Cats fans, I am so sorry. I messed up on you guys. I did not realize you had that in you. You got a dog in you and a cat. And that's dangerous to have that. You guys could win it all.
Got a little cat dog.
Little cat dog in you. Little Nathan Murphy in you. That's what you've got. It is just like you guys could now win it all. One of my probably, and I'll reveal them next week or next pod, one of the few players that could do it, I think. One of the few teams, sorry. I think no, I'll save it for the Thursday's ep because I've narrowed it down to 3 teams that can win it.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I'll just say as well, when you speak about Chris Scott and what he was saying on, physically how to beat Port, I love it when coaches do that. And I hadn't seen it done so well, just to tie in another sport, when Liverpool played Man United last week and Arnie Slot, who most fans aren't really familiar with, he's just joined Liverpool. They went 3-0 against Man United. That's hard to do. How'd you do it? And he went, all right, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
And then broke it, and you just feel like you're watching Rain Man at work when they do that.
Give it to us more.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, right, okay. Yeah, cool.
It's almost like pre-game stuff when they're literally, the coach is going off the ground to go up to the box or to the bench, wherever they go, and then the commentators ask them a question. And then the coach that holds stuff to their chest, like, hey, you're going to take this person. Oh, we'll see how the match does play out. Just tell us.
Yeah.
You think someone in Port's coaching box is tuning into Fox Footy go, okay, they're tagging Rosé. They're tagging Rosé. Quick, move. They're not going to do that. Just tell us what you're going to do so we can see and watch it and see it unfold. Like, I love that he did that because I was looking at the game in the first quarter, being like, oh shit, Port are pressing high here.
Yeah.
Chris Scott has got him exactly where he wants him. There's only a matter of time before this thing breaks open. Lo and behold, after half time, Port pressing. Cats hot knife through butter. As Chris said to us, kicking goals just for fun in the end.
Yep. And it's great for education as well to
It's
learn.
awesome.
You go, oh, right, I didn't know that was a thing. I love it.
It's great. So they got a week off. Got to go to that boring ass town, but I props to you guys.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. You'd be a very happy Geelong supporter. Just success. All you know is success at Geelong. You don't know anything else. You're just built on it. You're born into it. Just be successful and always win. Chance to make a grand final again, which is crazy. Gary Rowan will not feature in September after fracturing his skull in the VFL.
Yeah, I know.
Elbow to the head. Tommy Hawkins got through. So we'll see. Maybe does he come back in now?
Yeah.
Shannon Neal was actually okay. I think he kicked 2 goals. Jeremy Cameron's obviously Jeremy Cameron. Stengel, this forward line is gelling without him. Small forwards are dangerous for Geelong. So I don't know if he comes back into it.
True.
Chris, I don't know. Chris Scott's got a decision to make. Does he be that guy that says, I'm so sorry, but I just cannot. I cannot disrupt this team.
Maybe.
They'll burn down. They'll burn the city down if he does that.
Yeah.
They love him so much. 896 goals as well. Nah, I don't think they could. I'm calling it now.
Yeah.
They don't bring him back in.
Wow.
I know. I think they've got a good thing going here and they just cannot disrupt it.
All right, Tomahawk.
Friday night, the gates opened. Welcome to Hokwarts. 97,000 Loud House, 37-point winners over the Dogs. I'm excited about this time, about this team. This team, they are the hottest team in it right now. If it was a grand final tomorrow, they'd win it all.
Yeah.
I'm convinced about what I'm seeing here. They are must-watch TV. You can't miss them. If you've been missing the Hawks play football, I feel sorry for you. Like, sit in front of your TV and just be amazed at what they're doing. They're in your face. They're good, and they let you know about it. Young. I wouldn't even say, if they are arrogant, I like it. I'm all about it. It's different. It's like, if you see a celly after a goal, you know you're in trouble. When the boys start doing sellies, just leave the ground right now. Jack Ginnivan going to a pub before the game, has a palm and a soft drink. Dinosaur media go, we don't like this. They have a full conniption. What's he doing? It's not a good look. He should be at home preparing. Shut the hell up. Just let this guy do his thing. He tweeted during the day as well, after that news broke. We woke up next morning, the media had a full fucking frenzy about it. He woke up, tweeted the GIF breaking news and said, just going for a walk.
Excellent.
I loved it. Leans into it. The coach lets him lean into it. The players love it as well. Comes out, runs up and down that field all night long, kicks a goal, cracks open the beer can celly. I love this guy. We're going to protect him at all costs. And everyone's like, oh, well, if he's doing it at Collingwood, we wouldn't like it. I loved it.
Yeah.
I love that it was a race course before the grand final. I don't think Collingwood loved it, but that's their thing. That's their mould. That's their culture. Hawthorn, I think, embrace it. We got a bunch of young absolute maniacs playing at Hawthorn. We are in so much trouble. So much trouble. It's not fair what they're doing. They've got a whiz playing for them as well. And now they've got a bay full of wizards with wizard hats on, all casting spells, making the doggies disappear.
Yeah.
The atmosphere of the G, what they're doing for football is just... we haven't seen anything like crazy like this.
No.
The amount of hype they're getting, how good they are, they're run and gun. It just feels different.
It does. I don't know how to describe it. It does feel different. It just feels like it's been a long time since a team's been fun.
And we've allowed it to be fun.
Yeah.
Media, I think we love fun. We have fun all the time here. I've got a cone on my head. You're in Harry Potter stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it's been a long time since the media has actually embraced it and not tried to squish it down.
Yeah.
Which has been good. It's good to have personalities in teams. I don't think we've really had that in the AFL. These guys have a personality. It's on for show, and they are who they are. They don't care. Sure, they might get beat, and then everyone's going to pile on about them doing stuff, but they don't care. I don't think we care anymore either.
No.
It's just fun. It's exciting. And as a neutral fan, they're a team that you actually want to sit down in front of and watch. A team that you actually want to throw your weight behind.
Yeah. You know what it is, though? When you strip it all back, footy is a game. It's a game.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
Games are fun. Let's have fun.
Yeah. That's exactly how you're going about it.
You know, like...
They're all having fun with it. All of them. I love what this team is. Nick Watson is just rightly so now named the Wizard. We had question marks.
Yeah, and I think that's really valid.
When he was, 6'15" or something during the year, and we said, hey, you can't be calling yourself the Wizard if you're making the ball disappear when you're right in front. Nah, he's the Wizard now. Let's lean into it as well. He's going to be a stud. He just needed literally 15 games to figure this thing out.
Which is not
Which
many.
is crazy. He kicked 4 so quick. Just lightning quick, creative, pressure-wise, like buys into both ends, offense, defensively, same as Guinea, offensive, defensively. So they're all playing team brand of football, but they're all putting their own flair on it. This thing, Kel Shadir, they don't even have forwards. So what their forward line this year, where I thought the big thing was, or the big problem for them was going to be their forward line, they went out and got Chol. Now, Chol was given a 4-year deal. He was just there really to be a target up the line and maybe pop up and kick 1 or 2. He's now playing a role. He was quiet on the weekend, but at least he's brought something to this team this year. He's popped up and had big games for him. He's taking big marks. He's chasing defensively. There was question marks on him early in the year doing that. Cole Shadir was pick 56 in the draft. He's raw as shit. And he's kicking 3-4 in a final on the big stage, saying, I like the big stage. Those lights, oh yeah, are they on, are they? Not bright enough for me. Give me a bigger stage. Just unbelievable. Josh Weddle's mum's making cookies for milestone games in the rooms. Meek Mill is out there just being one of the best ruckman in the league right now.
Yeah.
The Italian sniper, Ambrosio, picking people off. This is a fun team. A team built off pressure, and they'll run you off your feet. They don't care. They take risks. Like they'll run in tsunamis. They'll hit 45s. They'll go for these crazy kicks that'll open up the game, and they don't care if it's coming back at them.
Yeah. And hey, I reckon let's give it a little bit of a moment and appreciation and respect for Sam Mitchell as a coach.
Yeah.
He's onto something.
He's found something.
Because I don't think, I might be wrong here, but when you read out some of those names and the way they've been able to fit things together, it's not the best, but anywhere by far the best list in the league.
No.
So it's the way he's coached and the system in place that's working.
It's now to a point where 0-5, we thought this is funny. They're going to play in the spoon against North. To being like, okay, now it's fun. It's cool. Hey, they won a few games. That's cool. To fun. To like, okay, wow, could be, they could do some damage here, could make finals, to being in finals, to now, because for me, the run has been so good from halfway through the year to now. That doesn't happen because you're on a heater. That happens because you're a good football team. And they are a very, very good, structured, fun football team that loves going to the pubs and sinking lemon lime bitters, and they don't give a shit about the media. And I love that. I'm all about them.
Yeah.
And I'll pick my bandwagon team on Thursday, which who knows, it could be anyone. But maybe, just maybe I find myself in a Hawk bandwagon.
Yeah, I love that.
Or maybe I don't. maybe, I think what would influence the decision for me to jump on a bandwagon? A personal video from the coach.
Yep.
Would be one.
Stuff, probably.
Merch.
Yeah.
Would be good.
Let's be honest here.
What teams follow me on Instagram probably be a big thing.
Yeah.
Nothing the Cats do. That's okay. That's all right.
I can't imagine they would.
So that's where we'll see where that lands on Thursday when we make a decision.
Just a really quick one. Can you pick, say for example, if my bandwagon team's Port Adelaide, if they get knocked out on Friday.
No, you're done.
Am I not allowed to
You
pick
can't
another
keep
one?
jumping on. I mean, that is the premise of what a bandwagon is, but you can't keep jumping on and off bandwagons, Ollie.
Okay, so you've got a one jump on.
I will give you an opportunity right now, a one-time offer to jump off Port and go to someone else.
I'm going to Hawthorn. I'm going to Hawthorn 100%. I made the wrong call.
So you're off them?
I'm off them.
All right, tell Port down the line now you're off them because they listen.
Port Adelaide, I love you very, very much. I appreciate everything you do for the show, but I just got the wrong vibe when I watched the game on Thursday. It wasn't what I was expecting. It was a bit flattening, and honestly, there's a wizard.
Yeah.
There's a Bay 9 3/4. I'm sorry. I'm sure you understand that in this circumstance, it's actually irresponsible and disrespectful for me not to be going for a team of Wizards.
It's bad for the personal brand.
It's awful for
Don't
the
you
personal
reckon?
brand. Exactly.
I think what we do here, and I will only allow this, I will allow the bandwagon thing, but I'm going to allow this as well. I think we go to the merch people and say, hey, I want to make a Welcome to Hokwarts shirt.
Yep. Yeah.
Is that what we're feeling?
Mate, honestly, if you want to take this seriously, you can pick my brain as much as you want about possible things we could do here because I struggle to sleep at night. I'm thinking of that many.
Yeah. I love that. I mean, they're just fun. Let's go to the Dogs now. Very interesting for the Dogs. 11 points down at halftime. Dogs are in it. I think it was pretty close. Everyone's sitting at the ground was going, okay, this would be good, like a good second half coming up. They're riding this thing. They've got to figure out a few things. Their mids hadn't even got going yet. Their forward line wasn't really gelling. Rory Lobb was amazing down back, but there was a lot of room for improvement. Then halftime, when I see Bontempelli going to the goal square and watching them get spanked in the middle, I started thinking, hey, Bev, what are you doing? Your best mid can't also be your best full forward. Get him in the middle. I thought he went missing for half an hour. I was going to call Crime Stoppers and say, hey, I think there's actually a missing person. I saw him in the first half of the game. I haven't seen him for legit 30 minutes. Where is Bontempelli? He wasn't near the ball for so long, I thought he was injured. I was waiting for Abby to chime in, like, oh, no, he's down here, he's on a hamstring. Didn't hear that. He was just freezing cold down the other end. Interesting thing for Bevo to do.
Bizarre.
I have no idea why he did that.
No. Well, I mean, what would be the theory?
I have no idea. I generally have no idea. I think that's the question the Doggies fans are asking as well. Why was the Bont parked at full forward for so long?
Yeah.
When clearly, after the fourth centre bounce stoppage where it's come steamrolling out the front of a stoppage into a Hawthorn forward line, why would you not just say, hey, put him back in now? Or why wouldn't, even for the Bond, why wouldn't the Bond be like, no, I'm the fucking guy. I've just won a couple of awards the week before. I'm the best player in the league right now. I do not care, Bevo, if we're going to have an argument after the game. I'm putting myself in there. Okay? Jack McRae, get forward. Or someone like that. I just absolutely astounding. But in the general, the Dogs, they had that performance that we said they can always just have. That one-off one where you go, what was that? They had one in Adelaide against Port in July where we all said, what was that? And then they had one on Friday night. It's just in their DNA. Like a Bulldog or a Staffy, in their DNA is lockjaw. You have lockjaw as well.
I totally get it.
Did you get lockjaw on the weekend at all?
Yeah, I always get it sort of once every 7 days. I get a little bit of lockjaw.
So it's in their DNA. But and now the media's going to go after Bevo. Yes, it was very questionable. But this is a list that you've got to start also, like the Port situation, going, hey, if you're the best list in football, players, what are we doing here? It can't just be on Bevo every time. It has to be on some questions on the guys out there as well who are doing, or going out there and performing the game plan, trying to, win the footy, forward line. Or like it has to be somewhat on the players this time.
Yeah.
I feel for Bevo. So the Dogs go away and have some questions to ask. I still think they are the best list on paper, but their time's running out. I really felt like this year was a year where we're going to get hot.
Yeah.
It felt like all year they were going to be the hottest team in it with Hawthorn, but opportunity just gone missing for Hawks.
It's disappointing. Yeah.
For the Dogs.
The Dogs.
Just back on Hawthorn, shout out to Mark McKenzie for bringing in some studs over the last few years. So he's their recruiting national list manager. The Italian sniper, Ambrosio, had 32 touches and will pick you apart by foot. Meek Mill, as we said, pulled him out of Freo. Gave Darcy a 7 contract extension. Should have given it to Mick. Mick is just a gun and he's big as shit. He's a big son of a bitch. Legs like fucking tree trunks. 23 touches, 46 hitouts and a goal and walked English around. Go toilet. Want a snack? Poo time. Oh, got a poo bag to pick up your poo.
Sit.
Walked him around. Sit. Just walked him. That's the All-Australian ruckman he walked around.
Yeah.
Fuck, he's a big boy. He gives me Will Minson vibes.
I'm trying to
build.
Yeah.
The way they move. Can go forward, take a grip, like golking action. I get real Minson vibes.
Fuck you, Meek.
Yeah, and I love it. So as I said, the Hawk can win it all. I'm convinced. I'm super convinced.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing that does hurt their chances here, Sam Frost out with a bone stress in his foot. You know what? His foot must have been bloody worried about Barras and Battle coming to the team next year. Am I going to keep my spot? I'm stressed. Now he's out. So that's a big hole for them. Massive hole down back. Because he's been actually really good this year.
It's true.
He's been really good. So now they've got to try and bring someone in. I think we've got to keep an eye out for their new recruits called Bom Taras or Bosch Jaddle to make their debut this week.
It's probably about time.
Just some young kids in the VFL been tooling away.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have heard of them. So, no, they're pretty good actually.
Yeah. They'll be all right.
One's from Perth, one's from Moorabbin.
Yeah.
I think they're pretty good. But that's a big out against a team that has in Port big forwards. So to pull someone from the VFL here.
Yeah.
I think we're thinking of Sarong maybe. Hawks fans will know better than us and their VFL players who are backmen. But big ask. I still think, and we'll do it next episode, that they'll stay hot in Adelaide. But Frost is a big out.
It'd be tough.
A big out. Then on Saturday, you okay there?
Yeah, no, I just thought because it's Mad Monday, I put my tie around my head.
Oh, true. And then on Saturday, we had the best game I've seen in a long time. The Battle of Sydney from the clouds. Sydney somehow bend over and pull one out of their backside. 6-point winners. This Heaney guy, this blonde-haired, ripped, tan, beautiful-looking human is a stud and has a dog in him. This thing was coming off the tracks at halftime, just getting shaky. The wheels were coming off. And at quarter time, he lays down and says, boys, get on my back. Laying face down on the ground. Everyone's going, what's Heaney doing? Oh, he does this thing where we're struggling. He just gets down, face down and says, get on. And we all just jump on it. Unbelievable. Mate. Has 20 and 2 across the second and third quarter to drag them across the line. And whatever awards are left in this thing that he's actually allowed to win, just send them to him now.
Yeah.
Give him some awards. Give him some silverware. Give him some fucking jewelry. Give him rings. Give him cups, whatever it is. He deserves it all because he's a stud.
Yeah.
Can't win the Brownlow, but he can still win a flag. Can still win a Norm Smith.
Yep.
And he's going for it. I think it clicked for him when he gets angry, when they're struggling and they're down. He goes, oh, hold on a minute. That's right. The AFL robbed me of winning a Brownlow.
Yeah.
Okay. Giants, you're in trouble now.
Yeah.
And take it out on you.
Oh, I love him so much. He's like a bird the way he runs through the wind. He's like, honestly, he doesn't remind me of an athlete. It's more of an artist.
Yeah. It's just what he's doing out there is just crazy. His year's been unbelievable. Jumps on Buckley's head.
Mm-hmm.
Takes one of the best marks we've ever seen. Reports are that he just landed yesterday. He was up that high. Jack Buckley saved him, as we said. That was great. Obviously, maybe he would have said, or in hindsight, going, okay, maybe I shouldn't have held him up, because he went on to just tear us a new one. Absolutely dominated. Braden Campbell lost his grandfather on Thursday, comes out, plays in the last quarter, dominates. 9-1. What a great for him. And they literally only need, Sydney and Fudd, Sydney only need one quarter to win a game of football. They do it all the time. The rest of the quarters are just a waste of time for them.
No, it's
just
so
junk
boring.
time, just too much effort. It just takes one quarter for them to get all on the same page. And when their team, who is full of studs, decide that they want to start playing at the same time in the same quarter, forget about it.
Yeah.
When that happens, like it did in the third and last quarter, it's over. They can just this is how your games go if you're a Sydney supporter. Before the game, you're like, oh, what a wonderful day of football. Can't wait to watch this team play. Then halfway through the game, you go, I'm having the worst time of my life right now and I hate this team. Then the final siren goes and you go, oh, what a great win. That's the pattern of your game. I saw this unreal tweet by Queensland Football Club which sums up their list. Every year Sydney draft 5 guys named Charlie Horsewater or some shit and they're all killers. Like, he's actually pretty accurate.
It's totally accurate.
They're just some random Sydney studs who are in an academy called Charlie Horsewater, and they come and play 2 or 3 seasons and turn out to be fucking the best players in the world.
Yeah.
Whatever's in that water in Sydney, whatever is in that Bondi seawater, start dunking Carlton players in it.
Yeah.
I want to see 46
baptising.
Carlton players in there just bathing in it all off season. Just killers, all of them. And I knew that the Giants were fucked when I saw this during the game. And it's probably, I think everyone else saw it as well. When Jason McCartney bumped Papley after the little fight broke out, that's when I said, hey, you're now fucked, because Papley's going to tell Heaney that happened and now you're in trouble.
Yeah.
I got some questions. Jason, what are you doing? Why are you on the field, Jason? Why are you so big? Why are you massive? Why are you and Kingsley massive? Is that like some kind of prerequisite on job applications up there at the Giants that you just have to be big as shit to get a job? Built like a brick shithouse, both of them. Intimidating. I don't know why he did that. It's going to be investigated, but that was kind of weird for me. Didn't like it at all. Bizarre from Jason McCartney. Wanted to absolutely... You saw he scratched the teeth up as well. I think he pulled out of it last second.
Which I get.
I reckon he was ready to flatten Papley. I have no idea why he's out there though.
Yeah, I don't know. But Papley is one of, I'm kind of scared of him.
Papley?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I get it if you bailed.
Yeah, I mean, I think what happened is he thought about it and said, oh no, if I just flatten Papley here, like I'm an official. I can't be flattening blokes out there. I'm not even part of this game really.
No.
I don't know what he was thinking, but he'll get a please explain from the AFL. And the Giants, they had it.
They did have it.
They're fine. Hey, I think Giants, you're fine. You are so fine. You brought that Mount Druitt mentality to the SCG. 1-4 shivs were out. Definitely they were out in the fights. That was the mentality that I wanted you guys to bring. The 1-4 mentality, let's fight each other. It's all war out here.
Yeah.
You brought that. And I loved it. And they're going to be fine. If I was a Giants fan, we're sweet. We've got Brisbane coming here. We play like that again. We win easily. This thing is good. So they're going to be fine. The only thing that I will say that is bad for everyone is that we have to watch footy at that shithole stadium.
Yeah. I mean, we can't win everything.
That's a disaster.
Yeah.
We're going to get a petition to get him to the SCG or something.
Yeah.
We're going to get him out of NG Stadium. We have to find out, get a lawyer in the studio to work out what's it going to take to get us out of that contract with NG to build a new stadium. Just how do we bring that stadium to its knees so no one ever has to go there again? But they'll be all right. They'll be fine. And then this last game. Fuck me. Took 25 minutes for the Lions to end the Blue season. We jumped in the den. We fucked around. We found out pretty quickly. 25 minutes. Punched the Blues in the face. Credit to Brisbane. They were good. Very good. And maybe we were just making up the numbers in the end. Like, when you don't win to get into finals, you're in by default, there's some question marks. Sure. But I believed. You bet your ass I believed in what they could do. Punched in the face, 28 points. At the end, it was 28 points. Honestly, it could have been 150 points.
It's ridiculous that you got it down to such a low
It is
margin.
crazy that it was that close in the end. Very funny by them on Instagram after the game. Their posts.
I know.
But that's, coming for me is good. You could come for me.
Yeah.
That's fine. So that's fun. We had fun. I love seeing that Uber back home to the hotel.
Oh, that would have been just
that
what
was
you felt
awesome.
like
Just
seeing.
what I needed as well.
Yeah.
Just what it was some great guy at the game who bought me 4 beers.
Oh, that's nice.
That was good. Yeah, lovely guy. Lovely
Brisbane
human
fan
being.
or a Carlton?
Brisbane fan.
Oh,
yeah.
that's
Brisbane
lovely.
fans are pretty good. They
Yeah.
were very nice up there. They could have been a lot worse. I mean, there was some guy behind me going, it's too easy over and over again.
That would have...
That was, yeah. That was one. That was a bit too much. And then some guy with a packet of twisties said, enjoy your flight back home. I said, yeah, thanks, Twisty Dick.
I haven't seen twisties.
I haven't seen
being
he had a
eaten.
big bag of twisties on him.
That's
But all
real
in all, they were
retro.
pretty good. Cam Rayner's just a weapon. Kick 3. He's like a cannonball coming out of a cannon every time he's near the ball. Just explodes. They played. The only thing I had a concern about them, yes, they won, but they're through next week. That's great. The only thing for them is, and I think their fans will say the same thing, they play their best and worst footy in the same game every game. First half was unbelievable, and the second half you're going, whoop. When they were 10 goals up, and then Blues went to kick 2 late in the second, then 3 of the first in the third, still 5 goals down, dead silence.
Yeah, okay.
There were nerves. I could hear nerves. I could hear him shaking on, oh, no. So that's when I didn't think we were going to win the game, but that's when I realised that I don't think Brisbane can cause any damage here in this final series, because if that happens, if that's your mentality, being 10 goals up and then the Blues kick 5 and you go, here we go, that's where I've got some question marks on it.
Yeah.
But full credit to them. They were very, very good. And for the Blues, as I was sitting there at the Gabba, and the scoreboard read 60-0. I had like a moment of complete clarity. It was, I'm literally going to die without seeing a Carlton premiership.
No, not having it.
I am.
You will, mate.
I am, mate. It was so clear to me. I'm going to go my whole life and not see a flag. And I'm not okay with that. I know exactly now what it feels like to be an Essendon fan who hasn't seen a premiership. Just knowing that your whole life, you're going to get so up and about every season, make a final, and then just fuck off to Bali every year because you're never going to reach the cup. And that's just being honest.
I think you're incorrect. I think you need to give yourself and your club, a bit more respect. You're a big club. Your time will come.
We're a big club, which I don't know why I keep doing it to myself, Like, why do I keep letting... It's like a sick obsession emotionally.
Yeah.
Letting this club just destroy me emotionally wise. Like, it's not fun.
It's like getting a tattoo. It hurts, but I just weirdly like the feeling.
Yeah. It's like, an electric fence. I mean, like, don't touch the electric fence. Like, don't do that. Okay, well, I'm going to touch it now.
Yeah.
Okay, don't support the Blues. I'm going to support them. Okay, that hurt. That's awesome. That's awesome. So I don't know why we keep doing this, but just a shit day at the Gabba. Horrible. I know this might shock some of you, but I've always said it's hard to win a game when you don't score. And we didn't score for an hour. So that makes things tough, when the scoreboard reads 10 goals to none. And it's always hard. It's even harder to win when you let the other team kick 10 goals in a row from the start. That makes things tough. So a few bold selections at the match committee this week. Selecting the rehab group to play was pretty big. TDK as a sub was a bold choice. Came on. When he came on, it was 60-0. Gets activated. They end up outscoring the Lions 71-39.
Wow.
So TDK factor. Chincotta was dropped. Pretty bold call to let Zorko just run around by himself again at the Gabba. That was awesome, just seeing him get like a lot of the football live in the flesh and just pick us apart. So that was fun. But there are, like you said, there are a few positives in all this thing. No injuries, and Doc got through fine, which is great. The negatives are everything else. Genuine fucking training cones for 60 minutes. Training cones, Ollie. That's what we fucking were. I'm getting a little bit heated now because I keep remembering what I witnessed up in Brisbane as I was sitting on the second level yelling, Vossi, put me in. Give me the ball. Let me run it up. Get me in. Get me in. That's when I started getting a little bit pissed off up there. I've had 4 beers. Get me in the game. Let me grab it. Because the heart and soul isn't there. Doherty's out there on one leg. Help me. Fuck. He's lucky I didn't get down there at half time because I would have eyeballed every single one of them. And I would have said, you dare come up here and embarrass me. I've chased a thief through the streets and you're not chasing shit. He's got one leg and he's out here. One leg. Guy's paid a lot of money to be here. He's on the fucking roof because he got the wrong seats. He's not behind glass. He's out there with everyone else. Getting laughed at by Lions supporters. Pull your fingers out! Embarrassing! Making me look like an idiot! I'm a good coach! Fuck! Every year is the same with you boys, isn't it? Everyone's we're in fairyland. This is all very good. We're second on the ladder. Let's get carried away. The lids are coming off. The lids are always going to be on. Help me. Fuck. When's it going to change? 29 years. Training cones. It was good, though, that he did try to pull the emotional lever. I mean, that was a smart play by him. I mean, if you're watching on YouTube, that went for a lot longer than I thought it was going to go. Ollie, I feel like Ollie was a player then. If I got Ollie's eyeballs then, I was going to spray him. I was looking for eyeballs too.
I was a real Ford pocket that's only had one touch.
Yeah. I mean, we love him, but you're a real dirty motlop there, weren't you? Just
totally.
waiting for us.
Oh, here we go.
Speaking of that, can we get a forward at ground pressure? Hey, fellas, can we get a crumb? Because Harry can't do it all. He's 7 foot tall. Someone help him. Anyway, 2 years left they've got to win a flag.
Yep.
I'm being positive about it all. 2-year window. This is where we're at. 2-year window, cutting season coming up. Vossi has to go around and eyeball, probably not in that tone or the messaging. I'd bring it back a bit.
Yeah. Not much, but just a little bit.
But I'd go, hey, can someone please make sure that everyone in this building is going to help contribute to our premiership year? Yeah. Let's get some lightning bolts in there. Let's get some forwards who can actually just light you up with pace. Let's get some pace in the midfield because we're not that quick in there. God, it was slow to watch. And if you thought it was bad on TV, the old performance, imagine being there in the fucking flesh. Paid a lot of money to be there. Business class seats. Got on the flight. How's your stay in Brisbane? Obviously not great. You know that. You know that. Why would you ask that question? I was a bit touchy yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I paid a lot of money. Like, do you want to fly this thing? You paid a lot of money. I said, okay. Yeah, I do want to fly it for a bit. So let me fly the plane for a bit. Then I get off the plane. The pilot goes, hey, you forgot these. What? Threw me the keys. So what do you mean? He's like, yeah, well, your airfare was so expensive. You actually own the plane now. I said, okay, well, one, that's just highly impractical because I don't know where to store this thing. He goes, that's just a shame because you spent so much money to go up to Brisbane.
It's all yours.
A lot of money there. So,
and you're taking it well.
Taking it well. I think I've taken a lot better than Mitch Robinson. I definitely have.
Yeah, true.
He got angry on Twitter straight away after the game. He tweeted this: imagine playing and bleeding for a club. Yeah, I fucking can. For 8 years, copping copious amounts of head knocks and staples in my face, long-term effects in brackets. Just had my family turned away to come down to the rooms after the game to celebrate with my old teammates. Football is a fake family. Oh, God. Football is fake family. Just remember that. I'll never go to the Lions game again. Ooh. Oh, I had too many beers.
Yeah.
It's okay. Sometimes the beers bark loud and they get loud on you quickly. But post that right after the game, deleted it now. I think what's come out of it, the security guard said this guy was just getting loud down there. What was said was his family with his partner, his new partner and their friends, so he couldn't get to the game. But emotional. Everyone's emotional, you know? I feel, hey, Mitch, I feel ya. Look at me. I just yelled for, how long was that? 4 minutes?
That's a long time.
So I get it. But not, I mean, in hindsight, we're not between those things.
No.
We're not between
It's
those
not
things.
your God-given right to be allowed into every function.
Well,
It's not his.
No, it's not mine at all. No. I mean, I was sniffing around for a room pass and I didn't get one. So I was like, okay, let's go home now. I definitely wasn't allowed one. So that's it. Then there were 6 crazy times in the league right now. We can't wait for this week coming up. Another big week of football to see who goes on and who will be going home. Ollie, I'm exhausted after that. Go forward. NFL's on as well.
Yeah.
We're going to round it. We're going to watch some NFL. We're going to debrief. We'll be back Thursday for a big episode. We will catch you then.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.